All right, good morning, CJ's Keto Kitchen family. So, this is CJ, and it's a Saturday morning. This is my second cup of coffee. Some of you may notice that this is a different Keurig. And just really quickly, that old Keurig, or the one we had before, because it wasn't old really, it was only about 5 months old, just died. We were, you know, disappointed, complaining, yada yada yada, all the stuff you do about when stuff breaks fast, like especially when it shouldn't break. But we actually reached out to Keurig, called them, and there's another one coming in the mail. So we were pretty excited about that. It still shouldn't have broken. They shouldn't be selling products that can't last, but unfortunately it feels like that's happening more and more, that we live in a society where it's kind of a throwaway society. We just bought a wash machine probably about 120 days ago, brand new. It's already had problems, and that's just crazy. Anyway, not to be down, not to put in a downer, but that's why this coffee maker's here. This is actually our old coffee maker that we had kept. It was supposed to end up in my office. Never happened, but glad we kept it, and hopefully the new one gets here this week. Hope you guys are having a great day. I need to get started working on our video that goes up tomorrow.
Hi guys, welcome back to CJ's Keto Kitchen. Tonight we are going to be making a quick and easy pudding, and it is going to be Almond Joy Chia Seed Pudding. So come along with me and let's get started. So this pudding is going to be utilizing chia seeds, and chia seeds are very high in fiber, and they're also considered very good for your digestion and for insulin control. They're also very filling and tasty, and this pudding is very easy. It only has a couple of ingredients, and you just need to chill it in the refrigerator, so you don't even need to cook it. It would also be a very nice breakfast idea as well as dessert. Let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to start out with our blender before we mix things later in a small bowl. So you need a blender for this step. The first thing that I'm going to put into the blender is our milks. So you are going to need either almond milk or coconut milk or a combination of both like I have here. It all depends on your preference. You could use one or the other or the combo like I have. The most important thing that you want to look for is the unsweet part. You could get a vanilla flavored almond or coconut milk. You just need to make sure that it is unsweetened, because they do make sweetened varieties that have a great deal of sugar in them, and of course they are not ketogenically friendly. So I'm going to be using 1.5 cups of the combo milk here. I'm also going to be using 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to be putting in 1/4 cup of regular cocoa. I'm using Hershey's here. You can use any kind of cocoa that you would like, but you need 1/4 cup. The next thing that I'm going to be putting in is unsweetened coconut flakes. You just want to make sure that these are unsweetened. This is Almond Joy flavored, and Almond Joys, if you're not familiar, is a candy that is chocolate with almond and coconut. So that's what I'm trying to replicate here. So just make sure that you're using unsweetened coconut flakes. And you're going to want about 1/4 cup. We are going to reserve the other 1/4 cup for decorating when we're done with our pudding. So you want to put 1/4 cup into your blender to be blended up. So the next thing that I'm adding to the blender is sweetener. You want to be sure and use a natural sweetener that is ketogenically friendly. I'm going to be using monk fruit erythritol for this step. It is granular, and it doesn't matter that it's granular because we are going to be blending it. So you can use Swerve or whatever you have and to your sweetness level, but I personally am going to be adding 1/4 cup of this. I'm also going to add just a couple squeezes of liquid Splenda. I almost always do this because I feel that it offsets the cooling taste that can sometimes occur with natural sweeteners that are based in erythritol. This is completely an optional step. It's just something that I like to do for CJ and myself. The last thing going into the blender is going to be extract. I'm going to be using 2 different kinds. You can of course use whatever you would like, or you can omit them altogether. I'm going to be putting a little bit of vanilla extract, and I'm also going to be putting a little bit of almond extract. If you wanted to put coconut extract in there, you could, or you can do whatever kind of extract that you would like. But because this is an almond joy pudding, I want to replicate those flavors. So I'm putting a teaspoon of each in. Okay, so that is everything that is going into our blender. We are going to blend it for just a couple of seconds just to get everything combined and to grind up our coconut and make sure that our cocoa powder is well incorporated. Okay, so the next thing comes the chia seed magic, and chia seeds are very high in fiber, and they create a bulking effect similar to what you would find in tapioca pudding, but they are a lot better for you. They help to regulate your insulin and can also keep you full between meals, so it is a good option for those on the ketogenic lifestyle. So I'm going to pour what I have blended into a mixing bowl, and then I'm going to add my chia seeds. I want 1/3 cup of chia seeds. Chia seeds come in both white and black, and you can use whatever you like and whatever you have access to. So we're just going to start mixing these around for a minute or two. You want to make sure that they get well combined. After we are done mixing this for a minute or two, we are going to be putting this into individual dishes. This makes 4 1-cup servings. I just have little glass ramekins that I really enjoy using. I use these also for our keto jello whips. They really come in handy, and they're just the right size. And they also come with lids, which is really nice. I'm just going to stir this one more time before I start putting it into my dishes. So I'm going to close these up, and I'm going to refrigerate these for at least 6 hours or overnight. And then I will show you how I garnish them before serving. So our Almond Joy chia seed pudding is ready to be served, and I'm going to serve this to CJ, but I'm going to put a couple of toppings on for ours, and these are completely optional, but it does make it really pretty and fun. So this is what I'm going to do. So we have our pudding ready to go. I'm going to put on just a little bit of canned whipped cream. Then I have some chopped roasted almonds, and I just butter roasted these myself. I just followed my butter roasted pecan recipe, and I just chopped them up, and I'm going to sprinkle a few of those on. I'm going to put just a little tiny bit of coconut because CJ's not a huge fan of coconut. So just a couple of flicks. You could of course add more if you are a fan of coconut. And then I'm just going to put a couple of Chalk Zero dark chocolate chips. And there it is. There is our Almond Joy Chia Seed Pudding. Here is the Almond Joy Chia Seed Pudding. It's tonight's recipe. There's a nice close-up of it. And CJ is going to tell us what he thinks. Hi, baby.
Hi.
All right, so dig in.
It's good. Crunchy. I like the almond flavoring that you add it. And it's just right as far as sweetness for me. I see the coconut, but I don't really taste it. I like chia seed pudding. This also seems like it's thicker than the one before that I tested.
I think the longer it sits. Probably.
Yeah, this seems like it's gotten firmer. So,
Good texture.
yeah. So, it's good. I hope people like it. Looks simple enough to make. So, I can make this on my own.
Yes, and you have.
Yeah. So, thanks, baby. Bye.
Bye. We hope you will come back and see us again next time. And definitely consider subscribing and hitting the bell. We hope to see you again.